IHUK TV in association with SMP Europe. We're in the Dumfries Ice Bowl with Great Britain assistant coach Dayle Keen. Dayle, thanks for joining us this afternoon. We've just come off the ice. It's practice rest day here. How's the week so far in Dumfries been?
It's been a good week so far. Obviously disappointing to drop a point or a couple of points in the game last night, but there was a lot of positives that we can take from the game. But we're still, the mission doesn't change. I've had a few text messages from my boss back home and various different people that the mission still stays the same. We were still going to have to pursue winning out of the tournament, so that doesn't change. We just focus on that and keep going, keep moving forward, keep staying positive.
Yeah, that point could prove crucial. Like you say, the 3 regulation wins and you can't be beaten.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a great bounce back in the first period to get that goal back, but unfortunately kind of not performed our best in the second period. But I loved our third period up until around about the last 5 minutes. I thought that our third period for the first 15 was exceptional. I thought we really played well. We really came into our own and started to use the systems and everything that we've been working on for the past week, and it was great to see the desire and the hunger from the boys. But as I said, these things happen. It's ice hockey. We dropped a couple of points, but we're still in a position to do well in the tournament, so that's our focus. Keep it, as I said before, just stay positive, keep moving forward.
And talk about yourself, your own role as an assistant coach, supporting Martin. Obviously, Tommy's come in this week as well, so the two of you. Obviously, do you do different things to kind of Martin, and then you and Tommy look after different things? Talk us through your own role and your role specialties, you could say.
The guts of it is that we try and do our best for the team, and there's a lot of different moving parts that go into it. So we try and we talk about as much things as we can when it comes to running practices and developing how we're going to play as a team. That starts back in June, so it's a long preparation process that goes into it. It's not just we turn up on last Tuesday and we go from there. We've been laying foundations from the get-go. So we collectively try and do our best to give the boys as much of a chance as we can to perform.
And yourself, what sort of roles do you? Obviously, we've got the video. We'll talk about that in a second. But in terms of on a game day or practice day, you have a specific role that you do to support Martin and the team.
Yeah, absolutely. My full-time job working with the Coventry Blazers, I do a lot of the video for Danny and support him in the best way I can. So that seems to be one of my, shall we say, advantages of me being within the staff, is that I work with video every day, and so breaking things down with great detail is something that I enjoy doing. So for me, that's a major part of my role, is my analysis skills and my cutting skills. So try and take that, and then from there I can build practice, and we can go on and run the practice. For example, last night I feel we went, our full check wasn't great. I didn't think we were relentless enough. I think we gave them, especially in the first period, we allowed them to come at us, and we were very standoffish. So we wanted to address that. We did address it between the second and third period. We wanted to start hunting a little bit more and not allow them the time and space to create speed. So we spoke about that last night, and obviously in the third period we were much better. But we touched on that in practice today, along with just moving the puck a little bit quicker. We identified last night that Saul's won too many handles, so we wanted to move the puck a wee bit quicker.
And the video, like you say, is become a huge part of ice hockey, because it gives you, obviously watching things on the bench, you'll see things, you'll think things have happened. You having the video, you can go to it and say, this player did this, player did this is what happened, and because of this, X happened, and you can kind of back it up.
One of the best pieces of advice I got was from a gentleman called Eddie Gee, who has worked with Hockey Canada and works with the IHF at the World Championship levels, various levels, with the referee section, and the eyes lie, whereas the video doesn't lie. So it's always nice to have that backup, and we can prove to players this is really what happened, and work through it But it's all like, we like to get the player's opinion, you know, what was your read there, you know, things like that, so that we're trying to understand what they're seeing at that moment in time, and then we can, you know, give them the why to, you know, that we can maybe do this. Or, but it's always not always negatives. We try and look at the positives as well. You know, I'm just looking through the game clips from last night, specifically just trying to pick out some of the times that we exited our zone better than we did the previous night, which was something that we highlighted after the Netherlands game. Yeah. Is that we weren't able to get the puck out of zone as well as we can do. So we highlighted that, and we were slightly better towards throughout the game last night.
And this is something we'll talk through the video. The software allows you to, for people who don't know, you tag certain events, so you can show, if you want to show all of the face-offs or all the entries, all the exits, all the particular plays, you can just pull them up and show.
Yeah, we can break the game down to the tiniest of detail through the video. Jeff has been live tagging the game, and then part of my job is to deliver the information back to the players. But probably the hardest thing for us as a coaching staff is to decipher what information we want to give to the players, because we can't overwhelm them. Yeah. And for a lot of these young guys, they don't get a lot of experience being delivered experience having video delivered to them. Mm-hmm. So we really need to be really picky with what we show them. But we try to keep the video sessions as interactive as possible. You know, we like feedback. We like guys to be, you know, talking through their reads. We like them to, you know, explain decisions in certain times of the game. So it's a learning curve for these young guys. But part of our main goal that me and Martin have always spoke about is that, like, we want to try and prepare these boys for professional hockey, which is something they will have to get used to, because it is a massive part of professional sport. Mm-hmm. So they've got to be in tune with how information is delivered to them.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about getting players' feedback. What you said earlier, the eyes lie. The video doesn't. You can show the player this happened, but like say them on the ice might have seen something different, which caused them to play a certain way or skate a different way. So you're getting their feedback of why something happened, and then you kind of just give them options. Maybe think about doing this instead. And
yeah, absolutely. And it's part of it's just finding out, you know, their understanding of that exact situation, and then we can talk through the different options that they have. But in those times there could be a breakdown, or there could be something that they've just missed at that time, and it's our job is to try and give them as much information as we can to help them, you know, make those decisions quicker.
Yeah. Do you want to just have a quick look at the couple of examples you've got on your that you've tagged off the Lithuania game?
So that situation here, the puck's changed sides. Max Stewart stepped down on the wall, which is what we've asked him to do, and Jack Hawkins is a nice spot here just to support him. So the puck comes up the wall here. Hawk was in a good spot, and then what we're asking to do is have our weak side guy come across and support. So we're trying to get that, and from here we get an entry into the zone. And then on the next one, we just, because we're pushing these two guys out of the zone, we're trying to create space in the middle of the ice, which will then allow Kieran Chung here just some space to get an exit and get ice in front of him and get an entry from there. So those are just a couple of examples of our exits that we performed well last night. There was times throughout the game that we couldn't quite get those exits, just down to us not being in the right areas for support, but we can look at that tomorrow morning and just iron those details out, along with just maybe one or two other things, and then we go off and play our next game.
Yeah, and just a quick word about Thursday, back to the game action, like you say, China, been a bit hit and miss the two games so far. It's all about just obviously doing your job and looking after yourself and taking care of your business.
Absolutely, there's an element of us, you know, just focusing on ourselves. However, we do like to give the players some information regarding, you know, our opponents. We'll deliver that through the pre-scout that we'll do before the game, just before we go off the bus. On the bus at the hotel. So we'll just look at some different setups that they have, different systems that they have. We'll look at some special teams, but just make sure that there's no surprises that we're going to face, and players are prepared to take on an opponent.